Going through this jungle here. Now we're gonna turn.
What the hell?
The skid on that is terrible. Okay. How about over here?
What the hell?
What is this handling? Okay, this might need to be discussed just a little bit. As you can see here, this is the Lamborghini. Well, they called it the hypercar now. They changed the name before. And now this is what it looks like. So yeah, this is the skin that I have for it. Hey peeps, Reaper Shark here, and today we're going to be playing some Primal Pursuit. But today I'm actually going over something specifically. This being the Lamborghini, the new car that has been added in the update that took place actually yesterday. And so we're going to see how it goes. So yeah, this is the car. I'm sure you've seen it already. This is very loud. Okay, you might need to mute the volume a bit. So I'm just gonna go over some things about the Lamborghini as I play this, and you know, this car is really fast. So it's really fast. It can its durability, it can take 2 hits from basically any dinosaur. Like every dinosaur in the game, it can take at least 2 hits from, which is really nice, given the fact that normally, in my experience at least, I've only been hit once if I've ever gotten to an encounter with a dinosaur before speeding off. So yeah, this car is really good for getting away, and as you can see, the fuel is decent. It's not bad. It's pretty decent, although it significantly shows as less than the police car. The police car's fuel is also really nice, given its speed, but for the Lamborghini, I'd say is really balanced overall, and like the speed on this thing does complement its fuel amount, so it's not bad. Nothing shabby there. So about another thing that I have to talk about when it comes to the Lamborghini is how it turns. Like for instance, you're about to see me go through a turn here. Whoops. Okay, that was not meant to happen. We're gonna try that again. That's if the dinosaur isn't here. So watch this turn.
What the hell?
Notice how that turn was actually terrible. I skid, like when I hit the full turn, there was a significant skid there that allowed me to like lose, like I was off the road basically, and I could have died there if the dinosaur was chasing me. So that was a very detrimental situation, and that is one of the things about the Lamborghini that you have to be mindful of if you plan on using this car, because the skidding when it comes to turning, it's a huge sellout. I'll say that. And if the dinosaur is near you and that happens, then I don't know what else to say, but you're cooked. It's over. Yeah, that's the one thing about Lamborghini that gets me killed a lot. I'm still getting used to it myself. I mean, the update just dropped yesterday, and I haven't had that much time to use it, but so far, its drift is nice, as you can see there. I mean, spacebar to drift, I'm on PC. And yeah, it's a really good car overall. But I will talk about a few other things. Alright, I'm back. So, the round just ended, so I'm going to talk about a few more things about this Lamborghini before I get into the overall review. It shouldn't take too long, but yeah. So the cost for this thing, it's 12,500 bones. As I mean, I did mention it before, but I'm just gonna go over probably why it's cost this much, because its speed, as you know, is literally almost the best in the game, and its health is, it looks bad, but it can take a decent amount of hits. And off camera just now, I just took 3 hits from a Carno. So this thing survived 3 hits from, I guess, certain dinosaurs, but it can take at least 2 hits from every dinosaur. That was the point I was trying to make. So yeah, and this fuel is pretty deep. It's pretty solid, I'll say that. In the future, when this game updates, it's going to have the Lamborghini is definitely going to be reworked. It's going to be a bit better than it is now, considering that there's a lot of bugs within this update. So this update, with all of its bugs, is going to be quite troublesome for the time being. But once this Lamborghini does get reworked eventually, it's going to perform a lot better. And currently, if you know how to handle it well, this car is like basically almost untouchable. A few more things to keep in mind when using the Lamborghini, and some tips and tricks when using it. Just so if you plan on playing Primal Pursuit and you want to buy this car, you'll know how to handle it in its current state. And it's another car now. That's great. Alright, so here are some good tips and tricks when it comes to using this car, the Lamborghini. You're going to want to always drive slowly when you want to turn. In some places, you're going to want to drive much slower so you don't end up skidding like you saw previously. When I tried hitting the turn in the jungle and I skid, like that was a very big, I don't know, it was terrible. But all I'm trying to say is that if a dinosaur was chasing me, I would have been dead. Yeah, that would have been it. So the thing to do when driving this Lamborghini, especially when you realize that you're going at full speed in it, slow down when you're hitting certain turns. So like when you do turn, you don't skid. And I'm gonna go back to that exact place that I was trying to turn at and ended up skidding, just to show you what I mean. Now, yeah, handling this thing is also very hard, which is going to get reworked on in the future, I hope. So when turning, you want to do something like this. And yeah, that didn't work. You want to hit the wider turns so that you can you can go through like this. The turns are much better. Don't mind me crashing there. Yeah. And it's a really good way to like make sure that you don't skid, but at the same time it's going to cost you a lot of speed. So that's the only thing with it. But, you know, it's a perfect demonstration of how slow you should go when driving this thing if you want to hit certain turns. And yeah, that's part of handling it. And once you get used to that, I think you'll be a very proficient user of this Lamborghini. So its handling doesn't really become much of a problem once you know how to turn. So like certain turns like this one, it's easy to go through because it's a flat surface. On flat surfaces, a Lamborghini tends to do really well. But on certain surfaces, like the jungle surface that I tried turning on, that's where it does come and it does sell out a little bit. So yeah, it's not really too ideal to be driving this in the jungle. I mean, try to avoid certain turns in the jungle if you can. That's what I'll say. And slow down. Like, I'll try hitting this turn one more time, see if I'm more successful. See? And yeah, I hit it successfully. That's by slowing down and not driving full speed. And you also need to be careful on how you turn because the handling, once again, is not too great. And currently, it's being worked on. So that'll just be a matter of some patience and, detrimental situation. Okay, we killed the dinosaur. Alright, that's fine. Alright. So, now that I talked about a few things that you could do with the Lamborghini, such as turning slower, I did talk about the surfaces, that it's actually good on even surfaces. Like when it comes to turning, when it comes to acceleration, the Lamborghini is also really well. Like, when it comes to like first moving off with the car, I'd say it's slightly better than police cars' acceleration. But yeah, and its overall speed is much better than police car too, so it's just less health. The fuel, I'm not going to say anything about because it's also really well. So it's like, for the most part, it boxes out police car in most aspects. And yeah. Yep, alright, so this is just going to be a playthrough of the Lamborghini to show you how it performs on a normal match. And yeah, I'm gonna try not dying here so I can actually showcase this thing properly. And I'll be back in just a sec. Thought it would have been nice to have a little sound going, but I guess not. Oh well, it's whatever. As long as I survive the round, that's all I really need. And I didn't get a toolkit, which sucks. So I'll have to try to no-hit this as much as possible. I do find it funny though, that Carno, it takes 3 hits to kill with. Wait, is the dino AFK? No, it is not AFK. They were just typing. Okay, I'll just get away from that. And yeah. Things are going fine so far. Doesn't seem like the round is very active, so I'll just cut to the part where the round ends. I'll cut to the ending of the round. That's all. Right. So unfortunately, the server crashed. That is terrible. I'll just have to give the rest of the opinion in a testing server probably. All right. Here's the verdict. Is the Lamborghini worth it? I would say yes, but if you're gonna drive it, for the time being, you're gonna have to know how to handle it. And the more experienced drivers will find it a little bit easier to get used to over a while. But for those who are not very experienced drivers, it's going to be hard to get used to this thing. So driving the Lamborghini for now it's pretty good. And the fuel is fine, the durability is alright, the speed is exceptional, but the thing is, its handling needs to be reworked. Well, in terms of turning and its skidding, that's all there is to it. But it's an overall very good car. I would say that's worth a 12,500 bones. But yeah, that would do it, you know. So thank you for watching. Hope you found this information useful on the Lamborghini if you plan on buying it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.